Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, I have two articles here. One is a short article from TMZ that came out today, or yesterday, around 5 p.m. And, we are going to get into it. How the gun that killed the director of photography, Halyna Hutchins, was allegedly used for offset target practice. The smoking gun that claimed the life of Halyna Hutchins might have been more than just an on-set prop. It was also being fired recreationally, even when cameras weren't rolling. Multiple sources directly connected to Rust Production tell TMZ the same gun Alec Baldwin accidentally fired that claimed the life of Halyna Hutchins and also shot Joel Souza was being used by crew members offset as well for what we're told amounted to target practice. We're told that this off-the-clock shooting, which was allegedly happening away from the movie lot, was being done with real bullets. Which is how some who worked on the film believe a live round found its way into one of the chambers that day. Obviously, authorities would want to speak to anyone who had been using the weapon for target practice, and, more importantly, to whoever was putting the gun back among the others used in filming, or for filming. We've reached out to law enforcement to see if that's happened yet. There's also this one source who was on set and familiar with the goings on of the crew tells us that when cops showed up, they found live ammo and blanks were being stored in the same area. Another possible explanation for how an actual bullet slipped by and got into the gun. Wow. So, yeah, cutting corners, like I said in the last video. So, on other news, legal experts weigh in on Alec Baldwin's possible liability in tragic on-set shooting of Halyna Hutchins. So, the tragedy of Santa Fe, New Mexico set of Alec Baldwin's Rust could have serious legal consequences for Alec Baldwin, who fired a prop gun Thursday and accidentally killed the film's director of photography, Halyna Hutchins, 42, legal experts told the Post Saturday. This is from the New York Post. Repercussions for Baldwin, the film's executive producer, could even include negligent manslaughter charges, according to Joseph Costa, an attorney with Costa Law in Los Angeles. As an executive producer, this is from Costa, you are in a position of control and you can get prosecuted criminally. It's the equivalent of drinking and driving, meaning someone may not have intended to cause harm, but they do. New Mexico criminal attorney Erlinda Johnson, a former state and federal prosecutor, said the Beetlejuice actor could face possible criminal liability for involuntary manslaughter. All the state needs to demonstrate is that he was engaged in a lawful but dangerous act and did not act with due caution. That's what the state has to prove for involuntary manslaughter, which is a fourth-degree felony with a maximum penalty of up to 18 months in prison. She speculated that Baldwin may rely on defense that someone handed him the gun. But then, well, it's incumbent upon him, since he was handling the gun, to make sure there were no rounds. So yeah, just because he was handed the gun, he has the responsibility to also check the gun. Another Southern California lawyer said no one involved with the film is safe when it comes to getting slapped with a civil complaint. Everyone will be sued. LA defense attorney Denise Bowden told the Post, anyone running that set will be sued, especially when they find out who specifically was cutting corners on the set. Yes, Alec Baldwin was the main producer, but it might be found out that another producer did more to cut corners. I don't think there will be anything as bad as murder charge, but this is going to be a legal nightmare for Baldwin. The facts have yet to come out, but as to potential criminal charges, they will look to his possible negligence. Rachel Fizet, a criminal lawyer from the LA firm Zweiback, Fizet, and Coleman, told the Post his problems don't lie in what he did as an actor. It will certainly come out that he thought he was firing a blank. The real issue is his role as a producer and the safety protocols, or lack thereof, on the set. If real negligence is proven, this could result in criminal charges. But veteran New York City criminal defense attorney Ron Kuby said that he doesn't believe Baldwin has criminal exposure under New Mexico law, though he certainly has civil exposure as the producer and employer on the movie set. The other thing that's troubling is that the union members left the set and scabs were brought in to take over, said Kuby. Obviously, they failed to follow safety protocols to the extent that Baldwin authorized employment of incompetent scab labor. He faces serious liability. Kuby continued, Baldwin had no reason to believe he was engaging in dangerous activity. That still does not excuse negligence. So yeah, the gun that killed Halyna Hutchins was used recreationally. The bullets and the blanks were stored in the same area. We had an assistant director, which I covered in the last video, who was an asshole and possibly even failed to report on the other incidents with mishandling firearms on the set. Handed Alec Baldwin a gun and said "cold gun," meaning there's no cartridges or blanks in it. Alec Baldwin lifts, fires, shoots, and kills Halyna Hutchinson and shoots Joel Souza. There is a lot wrong here, folks. And if there's no accountability for this, I will be truly shocked. Because, holy crap, this stuff, I mean, if Alec Baldwin is pursued to the extent or full extent of the law and has to do 18 months, chances are he's going to get the Lori Loughlin treatment, slap on the wrist, couple days in jail, you're free to go. Rich people, unfortunately, have that privilege and luxury. But as for this, I honestly think he should do a full 18 months if he is proven negligent and criminally charged and found guilty. I do believe in due process, and I do believe that the law should be brought to bear in this instance. We had an inexperienced prop master. We had an AD who failed to check the gun, and there were serious corners being cut. And the gun was being used recreationally. And the bullets and the blanks were being stored in the same area. This has a whole lot of negligence all over it. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this news? Do you think that Alec Baldwin should be held accountable criminally and civilly? Or do you think that he doesn't have any criminal liability in this? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.